M0FXB, welcome to my unboxing of the Radtel 860. If you look in the background here, you'll see that a lot of people have been purchasing or modifying Quashangs, so they have that extra antenna and they've added the SI4732 chip, and the point is that it adds HF receive, and so the manufacturers have been listening and come up with a few models, and this is one of them. I've seen some reviews and they've actually done quite a good job. So let me first of all just start off with unboxing the item. So this one is made by Radtel, and there's a few other models coming out. You've got the iRadio, you've also got the TK11 one coming out. Some transmit on some bands, some don't. This one, as far as I can see, does not transmit on the HF bands, although it receives, but it does receive AIRBAND, and the interface that they're using is very similar to the Radtel RT-4D with the grey sort of screen. And they are coming out with USB-C charging, which of course is welcome. So let's, oh, it's a nice solid device. It's a very nice looking device, and watch this. Ta-da! Look, we have an extra antenna. Okay, well, that fits on there quite tightly actually. So and then if you look at the, my other one, you can see the antenna in the middle there, which is SMA. So let's just get everything out of the box. It feels solid. It's got a 2000 milliamp hour battery, 2 PTTs, which is always welcome. And on the other side, you've got your screw-in type mic connector. Let's just get everything out of the box a minute. Okay, so in the box we get obviously the radio. It's a 4 keypad, up, down arrows, and another selection just there. On the side, 2 PTTs and a function button, 2 antennas as we said earlier. And then this is the on-off and volume selection just here. Big LED, SOS type button, I would say. And then interestingly, I thought the USB-C charging would be in the battery, but it's actually in the radio. So I'm interested to know if that would work for programming, but there it is there. And you take this off, and then there's another method for the microphone. I don't know if it's going to be for programming as well. I just plugged in the USB-C in there and it did register as a COM port, so that's interesting. So nice big battery, and to remove it looks like we just lift that up. It's quite stiff, and then it will slide forward. What does it say here? It says 860 full band. It shows that it's AIRBAND and 5 watts. Okay, and it's a nice, it's very good quality. You think £40 delivered, 2000 milliamp hour battery. Slides on, and no screws needed to put the belt clip on at all. I really like. Little things like this, I think they do make a difference. You want it easy, don't you? And it's a good belt clip, large. Okay, that's on that. Now, if you're going to start tinkering with a device like this, I highly recommend you buy one of these 27 megahertz type antennas. They're telescopic. You can buy them with BNC or with SMA. I prefer them with BNC, then I can just use this adapter here. Because you're going to want to use that in the middle antenna when you're out and about. It does work. And then, or in this case, I'll probably during this video just connect my long wire to it that I use for my HF radio. But for now, I'll just screw on the included antenna, just a normal budget VHF, UHF. It's going to work great for AIRBAND. We'll turn it on, but we'll get our belt, also our wrist strap on there as well, because I do always drop my radios. That's on there, just goes through there, a bit fiddly. And then probably won't use this much, but if you unscrew there, that's labeled, looks like speaker and microphone connector there. Okay, and it's actually got the twin pins. It hasn't got those other type that you've seen in the past. USB-C is just there. Like I said, 4 keypad, and what I remember with my Radtel 4D, which is this device, that has a very, very similar layout. Okay, look at the buttons. But this one does DMR, and I highly recommend this one, by the way, because it also covers some interesting bands and AIRBAND as well. But anyway, and the interface is very similar. So is that every button is programmable. And the reason they don't label each button is because each button can be programmed with about 15 different functions, including the side one. And the fact that you can have a second PTT. So it's not a Quashang. That's what you've got to remember. It's not a Quashang. And it ticks in a different way, although that they have used the same board, the S14732, and I'm sure that the VHF, UHF airband side of it is very similar. So let's turn it on. It's probably quite bright when I first turn it on. I'll get the I'll dim it down, but it's actually saying Radtel RT-860 at the moment. And although it's a small screen, it's very easy to read. And the frequencies that this thing covers is unbelievable. I'm just looking at the listing. It's CB 27 megahertz receive, 64 to 108 megahertz receive, shortwave 2.3 to 30 megahertz receive, medium wave 520 to 1710, long wave 153 to 279, 840 to 999 megahertz. And that's all received. But transmit, this is crucial. You've got listed 136 to 174, so 2 meters, 400 to 480, and so at 70 centimeters, that includes airband, GMRS, PMR, and then you've just got on receive, you've got 18 megs to 520. So it's mainly receive on the bands that are outside of VHF, UHF. And to drive this radio, you really need to learn about the preset functions. So to get into the menu, you press the round circle, and you start. This is where you can start selecting your zone. So if we go down to zone 2 and then push the circle and we choose a different zone, we're going to change zones, and whatever channels we've put in that zone is what we're going to be inside. So if we just select with the circle, and then to back out, you can just press the star. Then here, where you've got the hash, listen to what the radio says and look on the screen. It says VFO.
Channel mode.
Now it's channel.
Zone mode.
But now it's zone.
Frequency mode.
So we in frequency mode is where we can type a frequency. So we've got 145 750. So this is a 2 meter frequency. If you want to go into the sort of HF radio, the new part, it's been preset, the button, on a short press. They call it key define. And I do want to show you that because it's so important. If you go the round button here, go down to, you're looking for key define, number 2 there, round circle, then go down. I mean, it does talk to you about the PTT, but look, side key number 1. But then if you go further down, then you start to get all the number keys. You've got the alarm key, which is the orange one. So 0, but let's go to number 1. Number 1, which is this one here, if we select, that takes us to AM or FM. If we go down another one, we can set number 1 to be spectrum. So if I just go select and back out, in theory, it's going to turn on the spectrum, but I don't think it did. But I mean, if I hold it, there it goes. You see the way it starts to tick. So there's a bit of learning to this. It's definitely, you're going to get it at first and you're going to think, I can't use it. That's what it's going to feel like. But back out with the star. Now to go into the shortwave radio, so the HF band, you press this once and it says radio starting, and it's going to start to take you into the HF band. So let's go to, let me get my antenna on there a minute. So I've got my little adapter. It looks like it does fit. You can buy these for a few pound on Amazon. Then I'll get my HF wire. Now, remember, this isn't an ICOM. It's not a Yaesu. It's a budget radio. I've never used it. The knob that you've got is only volume and on-off. It doesn't change channels. You do that with the up and down. So we hold it down. Oh, there's someone there. It looks like you can change the step just here. It says, I know. So do you hold it? I can see that it says step there. And you've got bandwidth, LNA, and BFO. So I'm guessing there's a function button that you press. But we did have something, didn't we? on that type of frequency. We'll go 0715. About 40 meters, but we're in USB. So we want it to be LSB. Pressing here, and there is CW. I just think it saves you all the trouble of modifying your radio. I'll hold it. I think that... Let me just work out to fine tune. I see it says BFO there. Okay, well I pressed the star. Have a look here where it says... Hopefully you can see this clear. Press the star, it went to step. So I press it again, bandwidth. LNA, then BFO. Oh, I can see it adjusting here. Oh, that was better. Let's turn it up. Ooh, wrong way. It's getting better.
I knew there'd be something else there. We do Fox Whiskey Echo M7.
Well, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Congratulations, you bust the pile up, and perfect timing. You're 5 and 8, 58 with me. Name's Tom Neil Utterwood, but I suspect there's a lot of you know.
Well, now good.
Already,
40 quid.
obviously listening for a while.
And I'm listening to HF, and I can actually,
I'll hammer through them, but
if I want to,
Tom Neil Utterwood, give us the name of the location. M7.
I can flick over and speak to my ham radio friends on VHF and UHF, what all flick back. Like I said, we flick it when you flick the star. I think now we can change frequency.
It's working very well for you. Did you give me the
Then
name,
you
Ben?
press it again, and you start to select the different items.
Well, you're 5.9 on that time. From
LNA, bandwidth.
5.9 plus a little bit, so very good.
Let's try the bandwidth.
And I'm running an Icon Pro 3 about 750 watts and an NPED hardware wire. So NPED hardwares work very well. I'll make it brief this time, but I'm sure we'll have a longer chat.
Well, if you want to get rid of all the noise, I think 2.2 worked.
Enjoy 40 metres this afternoon.
Right.
Seems to be working quite well.
Before we finish, let's try what that sounds like with my telescopic. It's not amazing. It is picking up that sort of crackling noise. Let's change the bandwidth. Ah, that's better. There you are. So with the bandwidth set on 2.2, it's not so annoying. There's something in there that needs to be slightly altered so it doesn't get that noise. But it's still completely usable. I would support the antenna as well, because you don't want it to snap off the SMA, because it's quite a big antenna. But a long wire, then you're not going to be worried about that, are you? So what we'll do, we'll come out of that for now. You just press the...
And I spoke to my friend down in West Wales.
And there we are, we're now on... That's GB3.
And,
Quite a nice day today.
We're still waiting to have the other knee done, Phil. But it was very painful, so he went to the doctor and they put an injection in there for him. But as he said, it's okay.
How good
now,
that
but
sounds.
It doesn't last very long.
And I can speak to that station. So let's put in airband.
Anyway, good to hear you, and I hope you and the family are all keeping well.
And we need to be in AM. So I did notice that, well, it does say AM there, but I noticed that when I pressed and held the 1, It was set going between AM and FM, but yeah, I changed it to a scope, didn't I? That's okay. Hit back with the star. And let's wait, see if we get some airband. Right, we just had some then. And that's just my normal VHF antenna. It's not the best airband one. Let's let it go again.
It's okay by Factory Hotel, so that's the taxiway to the south, just past opposite Beaver Town. That's correct.
And some of them booming, honestly. Another one is 430925. That's a repeater that I get strong here. But you know, you need to go in and set the parameters. I'm going to do separate videos for loading repeaters, using airband, marine band, just you name it, PMR. I'll be doing videos on all that. I think for £40 it's really good. It's not perfect. The screen, because of the grey and sort of black style, it's actually really easy to see it. You don't get the sort of orange colour and the different colours that some of the ranges offer. But look at the menu. If you go to the menu there, look at this.
Definition.
It definitely talks to you. There's Mazzy there. I'm going to go for a walk in a minute. If you go through, look at this now. We just go through briefly.
Basic settings.
Basic set. So you can get your call sign in there. Because remember, this is all a DMR sort of software as well. I wonder if it's still got the DMR chip on the board. That will be really interesting because it's working virtually identically to my DMR one of these. Initialization, contrast, frequency, delete channels, zones, dual display. Let's do that a minute. Yeah, it's on dual, so you can have single display if you want. Let's go like that and then select. And when you back out with the star, you've got single, which I think with this rate is probably better. Let's go menu again. The key, we know how to set the keys. Analog set. So if you're creating a channel, analog.
Channel set.
Now on my other one, it would say DMR set. Channel set, zones, radio. So of course it has a broadcast radio, which I'll have to work out which button that one is. I'm not sure what time management is. Extended features. GPS. I know that I've got the UV88 by iRadio. That one has GPS. I didn't know this one had though. Let's just turn it on. I mean, that's a big plus if it does. It means I've got two radios the same basically. But that's fine. More tests to do on that. You can set the baud rate, UTC, PC monitor, GPS on or off. So it's on already. PC monitor, what's that? So let's back out and see if we see any GPS logo come up. There is a G there. So that's interesting. We'll go menu again and just see if I can find it. See if we can just see the GPS. So I set one of the buttons to GPS and I'm now holding number 2. And no, it's not picking anything up. I'll be interested to know, because we are outside and normally I'll pick it up easily. If my UV88 model does, it did cost about £15 more. So let's find the broadcast radio as well. And all I'm doing is setting shortcut buttons. If I set the 3 button, and you can hear GB3 FI coming in there. So I'm just going menu. Let's back out first. All right, GPS failed. Fair enough. So we go menu and then go to key define.
Key definition.
And we'll do it on number 3, I think this time. No, actually do it on number 4. And I really like the fact that we can set every button like this. Select, and we're gonna choose radio. Backlight on and off. There's radio. Select. It'll back out completely.
Key definition.
And so it was 4. Hold. See if it starts the that starts the HF radio. So maybe we've lost the broadcast radio. I'm not sure. But I think we'll save that for another video. We're going to take Mazzy for a walk. You can tell she's really dying for it. Thanks for watching. I think for £40 it's worth it. But definitely check out my video that's on the UV88, because that is different than this model slightly. And also when the TK11 comes out that everyone is talking about, which is basically this with some different modifications, I'll be doing videos on that, and you can bet that that one actually transmits on CB and other bands. Bye for now, 7.3. Bye from the UK. Happy time.